So the man who stabbed Tory Lanez 14 times, also in the back of the head while in prison, now all of a sudden he's speaking out. He got a reason, he got a justification. He trying to explain why he had to do it. Nah, bro, you ain't explain nothing. You just told on yourself, dressed it up in a motive, and thought we'd call it insight.
Exactly took place between you and Tory Lanez that day that you stabbed him allegedly.
Okay. That day, nothing was took place that day. Everything led up to that day, but that day I just came out in the morning to tell him, good morning. And I told him what's up, give him a little fist bump, ask him if everything is good. We had a little situation the night before and the day before.
So what was the situation the night before and the day before?
So I heard some rumors that he was trying to put money on my head. He felt uncomfortable living next to him. Said I was a threat. So I confronted him. And then I found out the same thing. He tried to put money on my head, so he said I put money on his head. We had a little discussion or whatever. So the next morning, that night, he said some kind of crazy. So the next morning, I came out and I see if everything was good.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Anything that comes out the mouth of a PDF automatically goes in the trash bin for me. This is the same dude that caught a case for killing his girlfriend. You know, the one that was half his age. Remember, he was 26, so do the math. But now we're supposed to just trust his word like it's gospel? Nah, he talking, but all I hear is deflection wrapped up in predator logic. Now, yeah, Tory did drop that track with DDG, and sure, these lyrics could be unrelated. I mean, the incident hadn't happened yet, but let's not play dumb. This is the same game rappers play when they lie in their raps, then try to act surprised when lyrics get used in court. Tory out here talking about putting bags on heads in prison like that's just a metaphor. Nah, bro, that sound like a preview.
Sent me to prison and all they taught me is if it go down how to stab you. Tommies and bunkers, the knives, the thumpers, the lock and the sockets, the credit. I call a shot on the yard, you a problem. My son out there hitting cash out shit out you.
Now, I'm not gonna play myself. I had to bring it up because I know you would have. But that man's acting like a saint. But let's not act like this man sounds believable. Bro talking real slick, real studied. And in my opinion, that's just jail talk with a strategy. He been down long enough to learn how to craft a fake self-defense play and make it sound like it's gospel. He not explaining, he here saying it. That energy, yeah, it's slimy. And I don't have to remind you the type of charges he's carrying. Them PDFs always come with an extra layer of foul.
It's long, talked to him. He said, yeah, so I was going back into my cell. And when I looked back, instead of going to town, he was walking towards my door. He stood in front of my cell, looked at his boys, made his little smirk. And when he showed me what he had, something in his pocket, I just rushed him.
What do you have in his pocket?
I just rushed him. When he showed me, it looked to me like I believed it could be a weapon at the time.
I just keep thinking it's very interesting how people are riding for him in my comment section and on his GoFundMe. But I digress. I'm just saying, listen real close how he's trying to spin the words. I believed it was a weapon, so it wasn't premeditated. Bro, what? You stabbed him 14 times, and that's your warm-up line? You don't get to hit up somebody 14 times like a gang initiation and then claim it's self-defense because you thought he might have had something. Nah, that's not a reaction. That's strategy. Then here comes the Marvel fantasy. Tory supposedly walking to his cell, standing there like he Iron Man with a shank in his pocket, grinning at his squad like a movie villain. All this after you dapped him up with 0 issues. Once again, I gotta say stop the cap. This don't sound like no real incident. It sounds like he's pitching a new series for the Oz on HBO. And don't miss the smirking to his boys line. He gonna trip over that one later. He already building a false climax and forgot the plot twist doesn't even match.
So I rushed him, and I just snatched him. I just took advantage of him. I just threw him all over, and I just kept slamming him and stabbing him. And
Were you trying to kill him?
No, not at all.
I wasn't trying to kill him, ma'am. I just stabbed him 14 times, including 3 to the back of his head. Bro, what? That's like saying I didn't want to burn the house down. I just lit every room on fire and didn't know what was going to happen. So Tory ended up getting a collapsed lung and wound up in critical condition. And you want to get on here and act like you showed him mercy? This man trying to sound rational about an attempted murder, like he's arguing about a parking ticket dispute. But nah, we not buying this one either.
But I felt like it was a weapon. I felt threatened. And when I felt like a sting in my leg, I felt like, oh, stabbed me? So I moved back and I kept stabbing more, and I seen that he threw something, so I was like, what the f*** is that? So I just kept going. After he was yelling, help, screaming, please help me.
Now this man really think we all dumb out here. Said Tory had a knife too, but just stood there and let him rush him? But then claimed Tory stabbed him too in the leg, but only felt a slice? Cool. Then mid-fight, supposedly Tory throws his own knife away while getting stabbed? Come on, bruh. Who tosses their weapon away while they're getting poked in the back of the head? None of this makes any sense. This ain't just a lie. An actual impossible scenario. This dude needs to cut it out.
I just keep him up in that fake position and tell him, like, look at me. And then I just let him go. Like, I just saying, like, man, you trying to kill me?
What were you guys like? I know why, but why would he pick you out of all people to want to put money on your head? What was the beef exactly about?
It was really no beef. He just talked a lot. And I had confronted him a while back about always saying certain around me. Like, I'll take a fade and I'll knife up, I'll put a in his place. And to me, I feel like the second, third time hearing that in a conversation, I was like, man, what you trying to say? So I approached him and told him, like, what's up? Like, just go, I'll come into your cell, we'll do whatever. Like, let's play this game then. Because I felt like he was kind of antagonizing me, like testing me, like if someone was afraid or something. We were cool in the beginning. We were cool for like a year. We chilled, kicked it together, everything. It just,
they're not on that type of prison yard, Rochelle.
Okay.
No. They got like little fractions, but she was more like he was different. He started kicking it with certain people, you know. And when we started being mad, that time when we had our little misunderstandings and we stopped talking as much. But we were neighbors for a while. I've been knowing him for about 2 years already.
Okay. And during the situation when you and him grew a friendship?
Yeah, we were cool. We chilled, we ate, we drank, we partied, we kicked it. Yeah, we were good.
Now this ain't self-defense. Pure hate. Dude said him and Tory were cool. Partied in jail like it's club fed. That's not normal talk. That's lifer talk. Like he never made peace with getting out. Tory was just saying he'd defend himself if it was needed. And bro twisted that into a threat. But nah, he was looking for a reason to move on Tory. Now I didn't want to say it, but unfortunately this feels racial. Ain't no way you stab somebody 14 times over a friendly convo unless you already had some sort of hate built up.
How much did the guy tell you that he paid to have you killed to get off the yard?
Oh, he said double whatever I was offering, but I never made that offer. That's what I didn't understand. He said that someone told him I offered people money to get rid of him. So he said he would give that person double and some dope and stuff. So, but truth be told, I never offered no money. Like, why would I offer somebody something I could do? It didn't make sense. But once he yelled and made threats and I'll have you killed and, you know, have a run up to your cell, all that comments and I felt like, all right, you threatened my life. Like, did you nothing else to do but confront you? And that's what happened the next morning. I asked him, are we cool? He said, yeah, it's cool. And when I went to my cell, he followed me. And like I told you earlier.
Do you have any regrets of stabbing him?
Regrets? Oh, shit.
Because you stabbed him 14 times.
Yeah. I know that. I wish I could do certain things over, you know, but at the end of the day, I mean, I felt like he threatened my life. So, I mean, I can't. So the action felt necessary to me at the time, like the whole, in the moment, him coming to my cells, you know, grabbing me, talking like, nah, I felt like, nah, it's fit. So I can't say I regret taking a stand for myself. No, not at all. I mean, I feel remorseful in a sense because it really didn't have to go that far, but I mean, he made his decisions and I made mine.
Did he end up having a weapon on him?
I mean, obviously I got a stab mark in my leg, but that's going to the hole. I mean, they didn't find no weapons either. I don't understand that part.
But okay, so no weapons were found from him, only from you.
No weapon was the weapon I was using wasn't found either. There was no weapons found.
Where'd it go?
That's what in the video it shows me putting it on the floor. That's what they were asking me. I don't know. Nobody was around. It was just me and him on the chair. There wasn't in no day room. Nobody was standing next to us. It was just me and him.
Now, first he says Tory walked up smirking at his homies, but then says nobody was around. Which one is it? Where were the so-called homies? Besides in my comments. Because if this was real jail politics and Tory was really getting poked up, somebody would have stepped in. There's no way that black inmates are going to watch Tory get stabbed and watch him scream for help and not intervene. That was my first impression until I realized what yard he was on. This is a S and Y yard, not even a 50-50 yard. And the same rules that apply in GP are non-existent where Tory is. And then my second thought led me to what everybody was saying in my comments, and even a couple Latino YouTubers who I knew they were capping. But y'all fought me every step of the way on it. But y'all remember that other motive? The one where everybody said that Tory was hollering at his wife? Now it's Tory planning hits? Y'all gotta pick a narrative and run with it. Or at least stand on it. 'Cause sorry, Santino, my boy, your story is all over the place, and no one's accepting any part of it. But hey, if you made it this far, click the left side of your screen to see why Congresswoman Paulina is going to get Tory Lanez out of jail after this incident. And also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm so I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but...
Fuck that little 10. I'm maxed out.